If I may say, we sent 5 managers to team. We got back 5 leaders.
We have a very simple aim at TIM. We want to create a world-class executive education program that meets the needs of Israeli companies.
We take companies that we feel that people are willing to go the extra mile, are willing to step outside of the box, are willing to go to a different process that will help them become better.
The need became stronger and stronger to get the top kind of management. And that's where TIM comes in.
One of the things we do at TIM that we think is quite unique, we have our ear to the ground and we listen very carefully to the needs of our participating companies.
You need to create a learning environment that reels things into their brains so they remember things by connotation.
To do that, I think we do a number of things that are unique. First of all, this is not a program basically designed by academics and then sold to business firms. In each of our programs, we have a design group that includes business people, academic people in and outside of Israel, business people from outside of Israel. We sit down and we say, what are the problems of the Israeli industries in this area, and what kind of an educational program might help for executives?
There's a lot of sharing of knowledge, a lot of interaction, a lot of formal and informal networking.
We're talking about learning as a team, as a group, not as one individual. And we're trying to take a group from the natural environment that they're working today for their own companies.
But the whole idea here was, let's try to do something outside of the box. The whole program of TIM is about paradigm shift. Let's think in a different way. If our culture is known or is associated with thinking that he knows everything, let's assume that we don't.
A lot of the stuff that you actually learn in TIM in regards to doing things differently or think differently, manage differently, I'm using a lot here, actually running the company on a day-to-day basis.
TIM adopted the methodology of action learning. In other words, you don't simply sit in a classroom and you listen to a hotshot, but rather you're engaging yourself with both lectures by the top people in the world, a project that accompanies the lectures, and in-house assistance on the project and what they learn in the class.
First of all, it's a cultural change. I mean, the fact that we sent, let's say, an R&D manager and a sales manager, people who were quite successful in their own fields, when they came back, they got a much broader view of the industry, the processes, the challenges. They started thinking on a broader range, and it definitely affected the results.
Today, people would say, well, I work in America, or I work in Israel, or I work in Finland, or wherever. And I honestly believe if we come back 30 years from now, nobody's going to say I work in Israel or I work in America. We're all going to say we work in a global economy, we live in Israel, we live in America. But we have to know how to operate in this very different global environment that we're in the process of creating.
I think the team does a very good job in exposing management teams to international expertise in the various areas.
We are operating in a very, very small country. And a few of the companies in Israel are not only large in Israel, but also became global, like Teva. Teva is a global company, but we are working from a very small home base, which is Israel. And one of the major challenges in a global company is management.
We sent 5 managers to be trained by TIM. I can tell you that TIM has created a change in Aladdin. If I may say, we sent 5 managers to TIM. We got back 5 leaders.
Our dream is that within 5 years, even less than that, TIM will become a brand name all over the world.
The average age of the people in this program is about 40, so we have 20 years more to contribute to the industry and to the Israeli community as well. And I don't know, maybe the next Prime Minister in Israel will be from the industry, maybe one of TIM's graduation people. I don't know, I hope so.
I can talk about us having a world-class education program with, I think, a bit of credibility, because I've taught at the MIT Sloan School of Management for 32 years. I was the dean there for 7 years. I've visited a lot of executive education programs in the world. I've taught in a lot of different places, schools elsewhere in the world, company programs like GE at Croton-on-Hudson, and I think we definitely have a world-class product, and we can all be proud of it.
I've been a professor for 34 years, and part of that time was spent working out theories. And now here at TIM, I have a wonderful opportunity to apply those theories and to see if they work in practice with real companies and real people and real managers.
We worked for quite some time in order to create this institute, and today, looking backwards, I think that's one of the greatest things that happened to this country, to have TIM.